83 years ago, 1,400 synagogues in Germany were burned and destroyed. Tens of thousands of Jews were arrested and thousands were murdered. Distinguished guests, we ask you to participate in these events today not only to respect the memory of the victims, but mainly to raise your attention and to bring to your attention the fact that today, 83 years since November 1938, we, European Jewry, declare that Europe failed completely, a total failure in the fight against anti-Semitism. Not only that anti-Semitism did not disappear or go down, but it is on a consistent and steep rise year after year. We are not yet in a situation of Judenfrei in Europe, but very sadly we are getting too close to the fact that Europe will be a Jewish presence frei.
We have not yet done enough to make every citizen in Europe feel safe and unafraid to be themselves and worship as they like. That is our collective failure, and that is our collective challenge. And that is why we fight anti-Semitism, racism, and hatred everywhere. Hatred is not a view. Denying the Holocaust is not an opinion. And even today, the mechanisms of human rights violations are alive. And we know only too well the possible ultimate consequences. And that is why the Holocaust remains forever a warning.
The Holocaust was a failure for humanity. As the Education Secretary in Her Majesty's government, I'm going to make sure that back in the United Kingdom, the next generation never forgets what happens, so that we can swear together, never again.
Auschwitz obliges us as Germans and Europeans never to draw a line under the memory of this time of murderous contempt for humanity. Therefore, remembrance work on public memorial days, but also in our everyday lives and especially in schools, is indispensable. And it is a bitter fact that unfortunately, even today, there is anti-Semitism in Germany. Also mir ist es schon immer offen gestanden seit meiner Schulzeit und auch bedingt durch meinen familiären Hintergrund ein ganz großes Anliegen, mich mit der Zeit des Dritten Reichs auseinanderzusetzen. Meine beiden Großväter waren Nazis und das hat für mich bedeutet, dass ich wissen wollte, wie sie sich verhalten haben. Und wir hatten in der weiteren Verwandtschaft einen Menschen, der Massenmorde an den Juden in der Ukraine zu verantworten hat. Und da habe ich mich sehr stark und tue das auch weiterhin mit auseinandergesetzt. Also für die Schülerinnen und Schüler haben wir ganz klar eine Agenda aufgesetzt, dass sie Gedenkarbeit machen müssen, entweder mindestens einmal eine Gedenkstätte besucht haben oder sich mit Einzelschicksalen beschäftigen, sehr intensiv. Wir haben Koordinierungsstellen geschaffen, damit für Lehrerinnen und Lehrer es leichter ist, sich Zeitzeugenarbeit zu machen, aber sich auch gutes, modernes, digitales Material zu besorgen. Und wir haben für alle angehenden Lehrerinnen und Lehrer in Rheinland-Pfalz die Verpflichtung, zwar egal was sie unterrichten, einmal in eine Gedenkstätte zu gehen.
We have seen in recent years anti-Semitism expressed more openly and more explicitly, including in mainstream political discourse and particularly online.
So let me say it very loud and clear. We do not allow hate speech on YouTube. Anti-Semitism is a particularly pernicious example of hateful content. Our policies specifically prohibit content that promotes or glorifies violence or incite hate against an individual or group based on protected attributes, including religion. Neither do we allow the nihilism, trivialization, or minimization of the Holocaust. We want users looking for content documenting the Holocaust to find authoritative sources, including first-hand accounts from survivors. I think another very important tool is the trusted flaggers program. This is a program that allows us to work together with the experts on a given topic. When we receive a notice coming from these trusted flaggers, we give the right priority to these notices.
Shockingly, some of the aforementioned famous social media accounts that masquerade their content as activism and insights have more followers and subscribers than there are Jewish people on earth. We encourage individuals to take measure into their own hands through the introduction of the EGA's very own Go Flag Yourself project. The European Jewish Association has been selected, or that we've been able to reach out to social media platforms such as Google and Facebook, which is called Meta now, and we've been able to reach the status of trusted flagger. What that basically means is when we flag something, it's taken under way more consideration. People, or like the organizations themselves and the social media platforms, are more able to trust us than just random individuals flagging something. So this Go Flag Yourself project, we basically encourage individuals to come forth and report to us or send a screenshot of what they see as problematic content online, and then we're able to do something about that. Also, something that motivates people is that people that are frequent flaggers will be able to get a monetary, not rewards, but a monetary fund that they can basically donate to a charity of their liking or their choosing. So we're not giving them cash, we're telling them if you do something good, you'll be able to do something good as well in practicality, not just online. Jews only appear in two contexts, right? As alleged victims during the Holocaust and alleged aggressors in the Middle East. And there's a huge gap in the middle, which nobody bothers to explain. So that is really my challenge, to fill in that gap in the middle.
Yiskadal v'yiskadal shemei rabo Yomov divroch Yusham Moshe V'yatzmat b'kolim v'kov Meshichei V'chayechin u'y mechvel chai chol beis Yisrael V'agol v'zan kori f'imromei.
On this day, exactly 83 years ago, hundreds of Jews were murdered. Fathers, mothers, children, aunts and uncles. By my countrymen in my country. Like no other place, the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial confronts us with the barbarism and unspeakable horrors of the Holocaust. 6 million Jews were killed by the Nazi extermination machinery. As Germans, we bear an extraordinary responsibility to keep the memory of the Holocaust alive, from generation to generation.